Hey guys, welcome back. It's Nina and Rachel here, and we have a special guest, Melissa Quintanilla, in the house today. And Melissa, do you want to give us a little introduction?
Sure. Thanks for having me, guys. I'm so geeked out. So, Melissa, owner of Houston Drip Sauce, which is the salsa company. And also, I started my own podcast called Grow Hot Mom Shit.
Love it. We love it.
Yes. And I'm also a co host on TDM Talk.
Awesome. And you also have a full-time job, don't you?
I do.
Awesome.
Yes. I work for an oil company shipping freight internationally.
Oh, wow. You're just doing it all.
Yeah, you're doing, but like you're doing it all. You have a full-time job and these side hustles and shows and podcasts and stuff like that you're involved with. Yeah, and doing the mom thing that never ends. So how many kids do you have?
I have 3 boys.
How old?
So I have twin boys that are 17. They're going to be 18 on Halloween.
Oh my gosh, how cool.
Right? That is cool.
I was like, they're supposed to be born in November, and I was like, out of all the days.
Right. Oh my God, how cool.
And then I have a 14-year-old.
Okay. So they're pretty close in age.
Yeah, about like 3 years off from each other.
That's awesome. Awesome. So with your Houston Drip Sauce, I kind of have, I've been following you and seeing you do your thing. And I see that it's like a family thing.
Yeah, it is a family thing. One day I kind of, hopefully, one day I get to a point where I can get residual pay and it'll just go straight to my son because it's something I want to leave for him.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
No, you're good. Yeah. So how do they feel like watching you do everything that you do?
Right.
Do they ever say anything to you?
They don't ever say anything, but I think the twins really take after me because, man, they're always working. They love to work. They love to make money. That's exactly how mom is.
So do they have jobs too?
Yeah. So one of them, one of the twins, Jonathan, he works at HEB. He's a cashier. So he worked himself up from like buggy person up to a cashier less than 6 months. And so that's pretty big for HEB.
Yeah, that's awesome. My husband works for HEB.
We were saying that earlier, 6 months. Like 6 months is like a good amount of time to like prove yourself, and to get in there. But that's awesome, And
then he's just such a go-getter. Like he wanted to be top #1 cashier. So
that's
he's got
awesome. Ambition. Yeah.
Oh, he's super smart too. He has like 5.0 GPA.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I'm bragging.
Way to go, mama. No, that's, yes, girl, brag. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really hear it so much from them.
But you see it.
Yeah, I see it.
That's
it's
awesome.
Like, that's what I want from, I always tell them, like, man, do better than me. Like, always do better than me. That's the goal.
Yeah. You want to set them up to, surpass you, not just,
Yeah. And it's kind of tough, though, because I have their dad where he's complete opposite. So I just tell him, like, please don't take after him.
Right. Yeah.
And not even no shade towards him. It's just like, you're not going to make it.
Right. You don't want that for them. Yeah.
Yeah. You need to work to get where you want to be.
Yeah.
And no parent wants to, like, when you can see an accident about to happen, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, no,
yeah.
You
want to gear them right. And I don't know about y'all, but I didn't have nobody to actually talk to me whenever I was a kid. And like, you know what I mean? Like, hear out. Because my parents were always working. So I never had nobody in there. So I like want to give that to my kids. Like almost like the roadmap. Like, do this and you should be good. Like I've already like did all the hard part for you.
Right. I'm setting you up. Trust what I'm telling you and you're going to make it.
Exactly.
Yes. I love that. And do you think that it's hard for them, like, has there ever been a time where you've had to like be away from them because of work or, you know what I mean? Like, and how do you think that like, how that affects them now, or did it affect them at all?
Right. I don't, I've asked them like crazy questions. Like, did I bring trauma on you?
Like,
I'm always worried about that.
Yeah. Because, again, back to my shit. I just had so much shit, right? But like, I totally forgot the question right now.
We can edit that out. You're good. I love it. Yes, you're good. I was saying, do you think that the boys have any like issues towards you having to be gone during work and stuff like that?
So they were little. Yeah, they were little. I missed like first, steps. I've missed, first words. I've always had to put them in daycare because I had to like work. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had to work, and my jobs were like, I was still working in logistics, but like, man, they were long hours.
Right.
And so, I don't think they really like remember that so much. Like, I was there for them for like, I guess the big core ages. I try to make it up by taking them on trips and doing things so that way we are constantly doing things no matter if I was missing out or not.
Y'all do go on a lot of trips too. Yeah. Where have you taken them?
Okay, so I've taken them like on a cruise. I've taken them to LA. I flew out with with them to LA like solo as to before it was always like with my ex-husband. But man, we would go to Florida every single year. I've always trying to do stuff like take them to Disney, Universal, stuff like that.
Big
making memories. Yeah. Like, that's awesome.
At least try to make it up in that way.
Yeah. So you say make it up. So with that, what's your take on mom guilt? Do you have it?
Yes. Yeah. Hell yeah, I do. I feel bad because I'm not able to give them everything they want. You know what I mean? What their other friends are having. A lot of their friends have both parents. So it was kind of like a big thing whenever I was getting divorced. Like, damn, do I want to fuck them up in that way? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it sucked, but at the same time, it's like you got to put yourself before anything else.
Yeah.
They see it now. We're all like at peace. We're all happy. You know what I mean?
It's better.
It's so much better.
It's better. Yeah.
So, yeah.
There's sacrifices that you make, and I think that we all suffer from mom guilt no matter what the case is. Definitely. Even when we know we're doing everything that we possibly can do, we still feel like, oh, I should have done more.
Yeah.
You know
or
what I mean?
I could have done it different. Maybe it would have been a little better.
Right. And you can literally go down each avenue and do all the things and still feel that same, outcome. Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of it comes too is that we obviously want to be better, like not better than our parents or anything, but we want to try to. We know what we saw as wrongs when we were kids, so we're trying to avoid those or like change that. And so it's like, am I doing it right? I don't know.
Exactly. It's the fear, like the butterfly effect. Sometimes. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. Like if I do this, how fucked am I down the road? Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely have mom guilt all the time. Even now, like I just feel bad for them. You know what I mean? I wanted more for them. I didn't grow up with both of my parents, so I kind of felt that. So I don't know if they feel that, but I try to make it up. And the fact that I can't always be there or do things with them, sometimes
it still sucks. Yeah.
Especially working full-time job and hustling.
I mean, you're doing everything, girl. You are out there doing it all. You really are. You are.
Sometimes I'm like, I'm too all over the place, but I'm like, I'm trying to get it in different ways.
Right.
Like, I see the avenues, and I'm like, okay, let me do this, let me do that.
And then this is going to lead to that, and that's going to lead to that. You can see the map in your head. Yeah. So
like the guy with the red string.
Yeah. Yep.
That's good though, because you'll always have something. And then like you were saying, you wanted to leave it to your sons.
So it's about legacy too.
Exactly.
So and that's awesome. And it's their mom. Usually it's the dad that leaves, hands down the trade or whatever, but you're their mom, and to leave something behind for them, I think that's fucking awesome. Yeah.
Oh, I really want to set them up,
Yeah.
Just be that person to like help guide them, stuff like that. Because man, one day I'm not going to be here, and they're not going to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to get them set up for success for sure.
Yeah. And to be able to, like, with that being said, like, being able to cope with it as well. Like, how have your kids responded to how you cope with things in life? You know what I mean? Like, surely they got to see you doing all these things. They're at some of your events helping you right there next to you. Do they ever, like, say, Mom, slow down? Or, like, are they just, like, looking at you in awe?
Yeah, they're just kind of, like, going with the flow. Like, all right, she has a good plan. And then I surprise them all the time how good of an event or whatever I'm doing, like, actually pops off.
Yeah, and so they're like, oh, man.
Oh, shit,
yeah.
Mom. Like, we know you had it in you, but, like, damn. This is pretty cool. So
that's so awesome. I love that they get to see you in action and doing these things, and then like even your salsa making it to like celebrities and local, you know, local celebrities and stuff. That's like how cool that must be of a story. You know what
that's
I mean?
pretty
like,
awesome.
Yeah, and but it's not just salsa. You know what I mean? It's not just salsa. You came up with a brand. When I was talking to her about, I was like, the brand itself was fucking genius.
Yeah, genius.
Genius.
Yeah, it references back to something that's very big in Houston culture and, you know, the music scene and everything else. So people want
genius.
Yeah, pizza.
Every time I look at it, I'm like, God damn, she did that.
Yeah, thank you.
It's you know, and so never ever downplay it, girl. It's not just salsa. It's a brand. It's a family run business. It's a female run business. Yes. You did this, and you're creating it for your kids, and that's something huge. You know, and yeah, man, take pride in that shit.
I appreciate that.
Yes. I was like, damn it, I should have told her to bring some salsa. I forgot.
I was ready behind.
Girl, we've been running behind all day, and that's us all day. I was like, no. We're gonna link back up. No, we're gonna link back up for sure. We wanna do a full panel with all of our guests together where we just all hang out and just chill and have some margaritas and your salsa and chips. So, you know, so that we'll do that definitely for sure and let everybody have some salsa. But yeah, I just, you know, for me, watching you and seeing all the things that you're doing, it makes me feel like, fuck, man, I need to get on it. Like she's doing this, she's doing that, you know. And do you ever feel like, you said earlier you feel like you're all over the place, but do you ever feel like, no, I need to be doing more? Like for yourself.
Yeah, no, I physically want to do more, but man, I'm so like spread thin. Sometimes I'm like, I need to chill a little bit. But sometimes when I get in that chill mode, I stay in that chill mode.
Yeah, so you kind of get stuck there.
Yeah, so it's kind of like I know every day I just got to do something. You know what I mean? So that's why I am trying to do something, whether it's like posting or whatever it is. Like I just know I need to do something. So if I stay in chill mode, it's not good for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get stuck in like a rut.
Yeah, and then, you know, feelings come after that and shit like that.
Yeah, like you can end up in a pit real quick.
Yes.
We know exactly how that is. I think a lot of moms do.
I just had to pull myself out of one of those recently, so I get it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So what would you say was a big being a mom sucks moment for you?
Having kids, having to see like the ugly part of life. Yeah, like being a young mom, they got to see some of the big struggles. They got to see me actually like grow up.
Right.
And it sucks because it's like, man, no kid should have to like worry about stupid shit like that. You know, so I kind of feel like I robbed them of their childhood a little bit because of it, you know, with all that.
Well, I think the opposite. I think that they will know, you know what I mean? Like they definitely probably learned something of what not to do or how not to be because they saw what their mom went through, and they'll have a bigger and greater respect for women. You know what I mean? Because of what you know, they saw you walk through and be put, you know, in front of. So, you know, don't ever think that because it could be a positive thing. You know what I mean?
Because my mom, you know, she wasn't a single mom, but my dad wasn't as involved. And so it was just her providing for us mainly, and I had to see her struggle through some shit, like with her second marriage and everything else. But now as an adult, I appreciate that she never stopped working for us. She never stopped, even though she would be gone long hours and like working 2 jobs or whatever. Like I know that she was always doing it for us to get us to a better place. And now that we're at that better place, it's like, I appreciate that, and it gave me the, you know, the drive to want to work hard and to stay in a good place and to, you know, which I think you're showing your kids, which is perfect, you know.
I think that it's like nowadays we were talking about like social media influencers and because that's very time consuming. But there's also people that are like you that have the full-time job, these side hustles. Like, when do you sleep?
I know.
When do you sleep, girl?
I like, because my job right now, they put so much pressure on us. So we're working like 10-hour days.
Oh my God.
So that like, kind of consumes my day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have like this grace window to do all the other stuff I need to do. So I'm up to like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And doing it all over again at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Just every day, cycling it.
Yeah, oh, when do you working 7 days a week?
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's really, I've really been thugging it out.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Yes.
You need a nice like spa day.
Yes.
Just like.
Well, I just came back from a trip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, okay. I went to El Salvador.
It looked beautiful.
I was gonna say, I bet that was beautiful.
It was such a vibe. Every single day was such a vibe.
I love that. It looks so pretty out there. So is that something that you do often, like for your me time, or your like for you to decompress and like to reset? You go on trips.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll work real hard. I try to do this. I work real hard for 3 weeks and then try to take a trip like the 4th week.
Oh, I love it.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Or do something that like I truly enjoyed the last weekend. You know what I mean? Kind my reward to myself.
How committed are you to that?
Oh yeah, I know.
You are committed. You're like, there's no budge with that.
I feel probably be
okay. But like, you make sure to get it in for yourself.
Yeah, because if not, I'm gonna burn myself out.
Yeah.
Again, not good for myself.
Right. Right.
That's such a good. That's like such a solid like mental health check. Yeah, background thing to have. Like no matter what, I'm gonna take this little time for myself.
Yeah.
And then just
reset.
There you go. I was like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I feel like not enough women do that. Not enough moms do that for sure.
I know I don't. I burn myself out all the time. And then I just get to the point where I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, can't do it.
Nothing.
Yeah, can't do it. Not doing it. Yeah, it's tough.
I feel like that too, though.
You hide it well. You hide it well, girl. You do.
Really good footage, I guess.
It's some angles.
Save this for another day.
Yeah. So tell us about your podcast that you're going to be doing, or that you have been doing. Yeah.
So I mean, I've been having the idea for a good while. I actually wanted to do it with a friend. But I don't know, like, our schedules probably like just did not work out or whatever. And I really wanted to do it. So I was like, man, I'm gonna start it,
Yeah.
So I did real hot mom shit. Because I wanted to talk about like all the ratchetness in between being a single mom. Like,
yes.
Just being out here in these streets, having to deal with just co-parenting. And also I just want to bring so much topics to the table, like even with guys, because guys go through shit too.
Yeah.
And like I'm just like, damn, I'm out here being a whole good girl, and there's like guys stuck on girls that like break their windshield. So I'm like, why?
You're like, what is happening right now? Who hurt you that bad that you can't see this good? Yeah.
So that's kind of like, it's gonna be my podcast, my little area where we can all just chop it up about real things.
I love it. I love it. And how many episodes do you have out right now?
So far, 3.
Awesome. Nice. And are you on Spotify?
I'm on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. I gotta figure out the other platforms.
And it's Real Hot Mom Shit.
Real Hot Shit.
All right, y'all follow Real Hot Mom Shit. Y'all be sure and check that out. Okay, so we wanted to talk about like where you see yourself in about 5 years.
In 5 years.
Because your kids will be almost out of the house.
Yeah, well, all of them. Yeah, because my youngest he's a freshman in high school, so in 5 more years he will be done. I definitely want to be a business owner, like a solid business owner of at least Houston drip sauce, like all the way, and then another, like I want to either have a washateria or a car wash. So I'm trying to save up and fix credit and, trying to build myself up. So these 2 businesses.
Sorry.
No, you're good, Phil. Yeah. That would be great. That's what I'm working towards.
Working for yourself.
Yeah, because I definitely just want to get to a point where I can just manage money coming through.
Yep.
That's the dream. That's the dream.
That's the plan. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I am gonna pause that.
Oh, you gotta cough.
We're getting watery.
Oh shit. Okay. And then let me see where I'm at on here. Mm-hmm. I feel like we covered all that.
Oh, sorry.
No, that was I think I touched it. Oh. What does it say? Negotiating for tips for. Oh yeah. Tips and tricks. Mm-hmm. Have you watched Schitt's Creek?
Mm-mm. I know. Everybody tells me all the time I need to watch it.
Wow. Have you watched it? Yeah, it's on Netflix. Schitt's Creek. Y'all have to watch. So, with all the things that you're doing, all the businesses that you're involved in, working full time, what would your advice be to other moms that are juggling these things and that feel like they can't do it? Like they feel like they have to choose, they feel like they have to put those personal hustles aside. Like, what would your advice be to those moms that are struggling with that?
Well, if they do have side hustles, it's kind of like if you, like right now, you're not going to be this age anymore. So if you really do have the strength to get up every day, you know what I mean? You have, all you need is a mindset, right? Like to actually do it. So it's kind of you versus you. So like, that's my biggest thing with everybody. It's just, you know, you have to be the one to get yourself out of it. You have to be the one to want to do it. Because nobody really is going to hold you accountable. You know, they're just going to look at you fail and talk about you. And regardless, they're going to talk about you. So it's like, give something to talk about, but like on a positive aspect.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So yeah, it's really like, you know, you got to get yourself out of it. Your kids are looking at you. You know what I mean? You don't have another chance to redo it.
No.
This is it. You know? So kind of just have that mindset. You know, it's hard. It's really hard. Yeah, because there's days I don't feel like getting up. There's days where I do want to be like, fuck it. It's so easy to like be a bullshitty ass mom, but it's so much harder to actually be a good one.
To show up. Yeah, to show up.
And it's like, show up like for your kids. Because especially if you didn't have that, you know what I mean? Like, man, you gotta give your kids what you didn't have. Yeah.
That's really good advice. We were kind of talking about that earlier. Like, that's the hardest part is the getting up and getting going and getting started. Because once you're in it, I was like referencing like going to the gym or whatever. Nobody ever wants to go to the gym, but once you get up and you get going, that's the hardest part. But once you get there, you're fine. So
yeah, you feel like, oh man, why didn't I get here sooner? You know what I mean? You start. That's what I was telling her. Before you know it, you're there like 2 hours and you don't even realize it because you feel so good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With all that, it's that natural high, the endorphins, the adrenaline. You know, like you're like, oh man. I told her, you feel like I could take on the world today. Yeah. And but then I go home and I'm like, okay, but I'm gonna take a nap, rest real quick. Yeah. But you know,
that's my biggest struggle for sure, though.
It's hard
getting started.
It's hard,
getting
you know.
Up and...
we took what we thought was going to be a week off, and ended up being a month off, because we both were just like, I can't do it, and we were like, I'm sorry, and she's like, I'm sorry, and I'm like, no, I can't do it either, you know, and you just get to a point where you're just like, I have to, you know, I have to, because we were talking earlier and saying how once you become a mom, it's almost like you lose your identity, you lose yourself. And so these little things that we're doing, these little side hustles, these little, you know, the podcast and all these things, the networking, that's you, and it's staying true to you. You know what I mean? And still having your own identity, you know, other than just the mom that we never get to clock out from, you know, we're always on the clock with the mom. So I think that it's important to keep doing what you're doing, to you know, for us to keep doing what we're doing. And, you know, these, how we do this and lead by example are going to help other women to push through and to, you know, stay consistent and true to themselves. Because like you were saying earlier, you know, if you don't take care of you, you know what I mean? If you're not good, then you're not good. You know what I mean? And
be kind to yourself.
Yes, yes.
You know, we could beat ourselves up, and that's what gets us into that funk.
Yes,
gets us into that toxic cycle, and it's really a mindset thing. You know, it really is, and it's so much easier said than done. I understand, because if it was just like a light switch that you could just, you know, turn on and off, like
we all would do it. Yeah,
and be on all the time.
Yeah, like we'll try to be on because that's what we really deep down want. You know what I mean? But we get those thoughts, and then we just kind of get comfortable, and then we just sit there, and then each day becomes a routine that we just go sit in that one spot. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you just gotta make sure you're doing things different every day. You know,
and staying true and committed to that self-care and having that me time, and you know, taking that time, and like you said, it doesn't have to be every single month, or but to make the time for it, you know, is important. And you know, we've been talking about mental health and therapy if necessary. You know, like everybody needs to take care of themselves, like you said, you know. And it's not just about, you know, taking care of our kids and taking care of our home and taking care of our business. No, we don't have anybody right behind us cleaning up our mess. You know what I mean? We're the ones that are doing all those things. And so it's like, at the end of the day, did you take care of you? And some days most days it's no. You know what I mean? Most days it's no. And so, you know, I think that the advice you give is great advice, because, you know, we get caught up and we don't take care of ourselves. We don't. You know.
Sure. Especially you guys are wives, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's another person you're taking.
Yeah.
Consider their feelings, but that's like on a grown up level.
Yeah, it's just it's a lot, you know.
It is a lot, yeah.
No, I get it, you know, and I so understand it. So every day, you know, that you're actually doing it, like pat yourself on the back, because there could be some shitty ass people, and y'all guys choose not to be that.
Yeah. And that, I think that's a thing that I think our generation is better about, you know what I mean? Is that we can recognize that we want better for ourselves, you know what I mean? And we can recognize where we fucked up. And we're not above saying, I fucked up. You know what I mean? Because there's so many things that I wish that I could redo. But man, when I was doing it, I was like, this is it. You know what I mean? Like, you really think that you're doing some shit that's good, and you're like, ooh, that was not good. That was fucked up, you know? And so you know, staying true to who you are and, you know, what you're trying to put out there.
Well, it's like you said, holding yourself accountable, because nobody else is going to hold you accountable. So if you want to be that better person, that better mom, that better whoever, you have to do it for yourself, because nobody else is going to do it for you.
Nope. Exactly. So your boys are 17. So were you a teen mom?
Yeah.
So what would you say to teenage Melissa right now?
Teenage Melissa wasn't the best mom. Teenage Melissa was still partying. I didn't know how to stop partying sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I was still on my shit. I was still taking care of my kids, but I definitely believe I was dropping them off. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, I did party a lot. And so at that time, like before I got pregnant, what I would tell myself was pretty much slow down. Like, what are you doing? Chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was really trying to do too much. I don't know. I guess I was trying to like look for something. But you know, after I had kids, definitely would be like, this is where your focus needs to be. Yeah.
So like, stay focused and chill.
Yeah, stay focused and chill.
Love it. Love it.
Did you after you had your boys, they were your first set, right? The twins. How was that, being a young mom with twins?
That, like, at first, even though I shouldn't have been, I was a little embarrassed. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Because you had two babies?
That. I looked exotic. My stomach was out there. And then not only that, but it's like I was pregnant. Like, you know what I mean? That's just like, it's not so taboo, but it kind of is, you know what I mean? So it just sucks, you know? And then, I don't know, I didn't want to be with that guy forever.
Right.
I knew I didn't want to be with him forever. It was just kind of like having fun in the moment. It's like, hey, why did I do this to myself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, shit, got caught up. Didn't mean for it to happen, but it happened, and we're rolling with it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I know it was God's way of being like, hey,
Slow down.
Yeah, you gotta slow down. It can't be with just one. You gotta have two, because that was gonna make me pump the brakes. You know?
Yeah.
And it did. It did. You know.
Two babies.
And then so after that, is that when you started like? How long has drip sauce been around?
Drip sauce has only been around for two going on 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why it's so awesome that you just went so hard with it.
So after you had your boys, is that when you kind of really like started like working on the side hustles, or like?
Nah, the side hustles didn't.
It's kind of always been your life, or?
No, side hustles kind of came and played when the pandemic happened. I think when the pandemic happened, everybody was kind of like entrepreneurs.
Yeah, like we all became bosses.
Things fucking went ape shit.
It was crazy. Yeah.
And it's kind of like, man, and not only that, but it's like, I could be a business owner. You know, everybody was trying to be a business owner. Like, alone.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, but like, you know, people started getting inspired. So, and then also I went into like I got into a really, I got into well, I didn't got into it, but like I was getting a divorce. So it was like, fuck, what am I going to do? Because now I got to make up this income.
Right.
Yeah. And I had signed for like a house, you know what I mean?
Man.
So I have a mortgage, 3 kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You were kind of up against the wall.
So I had to figure it out. And that was kind of me figuring it out.
You just came out swinging.
She did. She literally did.
Just like, I don't know what I could do. Like, I actually wanted to finish culinary school. I wanted to become a chef whenever, I was younger. But man, having kids, you can't be in a restaurant, you know? So
my sister did the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, so I knew I had to like kind of go corporate world to have the consistent pay. It's boring, you know what I mean? But it's all I really know how to do.
Yeah.
But on the side, I get to have like my creative side. You know what I mean? I get to actually enjoy doing something that I'm.
Yeah.
And having that out there.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like my way into kind of doing restaurant business too.
Yeah, yeah. You're still in that without being in it all the way. Yeah. And you still get to, work your full-time job and still be with your kids and make those memories, I love that. I mean, you literally are juggling it all. That's awesome. You're a super mom.
Right? I'm like,
seriously. Yeah, like you should be very proud of yourself and give yourself pats on the back too, because that's all of this is very admirable and you should feel very proud because it's not easy being a single mom, but a single mom with twins and a teen mom, and really all the odds are stacked against you at that point. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's a lot to go through as a teenager.
It was.
And you did it, girl. You did it. And yes. I appreciate you so much coming on the show and sharing your story with us. And we hope that you come back for our little panel with all of our guests. Yeah. And thank you so much, y'all. What do you have coming up? Do you have any events or anything coming up?
So by the time this airs, right? It's gonna air way later, right? So let me see. I don't really have too much going on at the end of the year, but definitely gonna be recording Real Hot Mom Shit. We're gonna be in the studio by then.
Love it.
So, and definitely gonna be selling Houston drip sauce everywhere for the holidays. So yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be able to share all your stuff and have your podcast and everything attached to the episode, so everyone can be sure and follow and check you out. We're excited for you, and we just love that you came and spent the day with us.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yes, we love it. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. Take care of yourselves and each other. We love you guys.
Bye.